Iguodala to Curry, back to Iguodala, up for the layup. Oh, blocked by James.
A swing and a drive to deep right, away back, goal! What?
Cleveland! This is for you!
Touchdown, Ohio State. And Curry has to back off as James throws it down.
Miller's loose, spin move! Miller heading for the end zone!
Off initially, he's going to take a shot. Has some man under it, has his man Kaiser. Perfectly thrown pass to Gordon. Touchdown, Cleveland.
All right, ladies and gentlemen, welcome on into another very cold edition of the Real Sports Talk Show. I'm your host, Paul Jabek. We have a massive ice storm hitting into the northeast of Cleveland. We have the Cavs over here, can't win a game or stay within 20 of people. The Browns are being the Browns, and the Indians are just trying to make it through into spring training. So, we're going to go ahead and jump on into some Cavs talk. Been a while since we've done some Cavs talk, but it's definitely need to be done after what we've just watched. If you've actually been watching the Cavs, which if you have, I feel bad for you because it's pretty bad stuff that we're watching. Guys, I don't know what's going on. I don't think anybody really knows what's going on unless you're part of the team right now. This team looks horrible. This team has no ball movement. This team has nothing going for them right now, as in the last two games, they have been down 42 and 32, which I don't think I've ever seen a LeBron team ever play like this before. This is honestly very awkward to see. I've seen LeBron play on Cleveland teams where he's basically been the only player on the team, and I've never seen them get blown out by Toronto like that. That was embarrassing on the road up in Canada. That was just awful to watch. And, you have Isaiah came back, and you would think that, Isaiah came back, this team's going to start clicking. No, this team has looked horrible. They've barely, on any of these road trips that they've been on, they've been just god-awful. I mean, right now, heard the stat today about JR. In his last 52 minutes, JR has scored 2 points. He's 0 of 8 from 3, and he's 0 of 12 from the field. I don't even want to get into that. I just don't know how that could be that bad, but that's a horrible stat line. Isaiah's still trying to get back into the mix here. He's off tonight as they're in Indiana to finish up this road trip, and then you're coming home for Golden State, which that's going to be fun to watch. Then you're also getting ready for OKC to come in, which that's a three-headed monster with Westbrook, Paul George, and Melo. So definitely going to be very interesting to see what the hell they're going to be doing. There was a lot of talk about DeAndre Jordan or the Cavs at least bringing in a center. So far, not much rumbling. We did get a report today about Tristan Thompson. The Cavs did say they will move Tristan Thompson if the deal is right. Still no idea what they're looking for. No idea what they're willing to give up. We all know that they have that covenant pick from Brooklyn. Not a lot of movement with that kind of pick. You don't really want to try and move that. That's a very coveted pick that they have, and they're not trying to give it up for just some kind of little trade. If they move that pick, it's going to be a massive trade, and hopefully they do get an offer that's willing to give up that kind of pick, because that means it's a huge trade, which I would totally be down for. But if not, I mean, we still got the pick, and we'll be able to do something with it next year. Right now, if you're the Cavs, because the biggest question is everybody is asking, are the Cavs in trouble? Yes and no. The Cavs are in trouble because right now they look horrendous. They haven't shown any signs of getting a little bit better. They've honestly been going a little bit more of a downcline, but I mean, they're not even at the trade deadline, which the trade deadline is February 8th. So with the trade deadline being February 8th, they do have a little bit of time here to still kind of look at how the team's playing, see, injuries are a huge part of trades. You're not trying to trade for somebody who is already hurt. You're not trying to trade for anybody who has injury problems, because at the trade deadline, this is, what you're getting ready for is the playoffs. And at that trade deadline is Do we have to make a move to put us over the top? Is there anybody that we can go out and they can, legitimately say, this is going to match us with Golden State, or this is going to put us over Golden State? And like I said before, DeAndre Jordan puts you over the top for the rest of the year until you get into that week of June where you play Golden State. Because DeAndre Jordan probably won't do much in that Golden State series. He's a huge liability on offense at the free throw line. The dude's a phenomenal center, but Golden State can play small ball and take the center completely out of it. So, I mean, you got to find somebody who's a little bit more versatile, but, I mean, it can be done. But, like I said, right now the Cavs, I think, need to kind of put the trade rumors and everything like that on the back burner, and they need to try and focus on just playing basketball as a team. Isaiah came out after last night's embarrassing loss in Toronto and just said people need to start playing for this team and not for themselves. And, there was a lot of other things that he did say, and basically what he was getting at is this team, it seems like, is kind of just showing up when they want, and when they're not showing up, they're not really trying, of course, as they should be. They're kind of coasting through, and, I agree, it's a regular season, you're trying to save LeBron, you're trying to do all this, but when it comes down to it, LeBron is only good when he's the 1 seed. He's 2-0 as an NBA champion as a 1 seed. He's 1-4 as a 2 seed. You don't want to be the 2 seed, you want to be the 1. I don't know why you're not trying, and yeah, there's a huge stat going around, LeBron only wins when Alabama wins a championship. Well, hey, Alabama just won the national championship, so hopefully that continues and LeBron can go out and win us a championship this year. If not, well, it sucks because this team does not look like a championship contender right now. They don't even look like the best team in the East, which everybody said, they'll coast through the East and take like the 2 seed or something. People are saying that the regular season isn't mattering, but if you look in the last 20 years, if you're not the 1 seed or the 2 seed, it's not that, your chances are not that good of winning the championship. Right now, the Cavs are barely even in the 3 seed. They look awful, and they just got destroyed by the 2 seed. Toronto just destroyed the Cavs, and I don't know if Tyronn Lue needs to leave. I don't know what they need to do, but this team has no fire in them. They have no energy. They have nothing. They're coming out flat every single night, and like we said, there's no, like you would expect LeBron to be the huge leader. Well, so far we have not seen anything in the past month where it's like LeBron is taking over this team. We seen LeBron last night got into a shouting match with an assistant coach and Kevin Love, and LeBron. And the play was it was funny because it's LeBron's LeBron. He's the greatest player in the world right now. Might go down as the greatest player of all time. That's a whole nother discussion, but he might go down as the greatest player of all time. For a player who's stuck in a huge drought that the Cavs are in right now, to sit there and inbound the ball, Kevin Love makes a move, and it was just a whole shit show of a play, just terrible. Kevin Love makes a move, just completely ruin it. Coach starts yelling. LeBron stood there on the baseline the entire time. He inbounded the ball, did not move the whole time. He just stood there and watched, and then he starts yelling. I don't see, of course we're not going to see playoff LeBron, but it's the regular season, but you guys better wake up, because right now you guys are not even watchable. And the big thing with everyone, they'll show up primetime games and stuff. We've still seen multiple games that he doesn't show up. Everybody doesn't show up, not just LeBron, but I mean, last night, when was the last time you seen LeBron put up a stat line where he had 1 assist and 3 rebounds? Where's the hustle at? 3 rebounds against Toronto? And you guys lost by 42, or you were down by 42 at one point. I don't even remember what the final score was. It was 130-something to, I don't even know if the Cavs scored 100. And they should be scoring 100 every night like it's no problem. And for a while, we always said, they're going to score all the points. We don't really care about the defense. That's why we brought in Kyle Korver to hit the threes. We know he's not good at defense. We brought in Isaiah. He's a phenomenal offensive player, but he's terrible at defense. And now you're starting to see, if they're not clicking on offense, the Cavs are going to get killed every night because they play no defense whatsoever, and they have nobody to blocking the hole. Because if you're an opposing big man, are you really scared of Tristan Thompson down low? I mean, yeah, you're scared of LeBron down low because LeBron is the best player in the world. But if you're a big man and LeBron goes up against you down in the post, you can go ahead and just kick it out to somebody else because Kyle Korver can't play a lick of defense. Isaiah hasn't shown that he can play defense, and he never did in Boston. And a lot of people are asking, if LeBron leaves, do the Cavs offer Isaiah a huge contract? I was watching First Take the other day, and does Isaiah get the big contract? Does he get the max deal? And, I would love to give Isaiah the max deal, because if LeBron leaves, we need a superstar to bring people in. And, Isaiah's a well-liked player around the league. He can bring people in. But when you think about it, is that what is best for the Cavs? Is you just have a dominant scorer with no, not a full rounded player, and you're stuck in, he scores, but there's no defense. The Cavs need to get away from that. The Cavs need to find people that play defense. And yeah, Shumpert's out right now, who's, usually is a pretty good defender, but nobody who is actually suiting up consistently every night nobody's putting that defensive presence on the court every night. And to win games against teams you have to play defense, or you just better hit every shot. And clearly they haven't been doing that, because JR, I don't know why JR is even in the starting lineup. I hope Ty Lue actually does something, makes a coaching decision and not say, hey, LeBron, what do you want to do? Hopefully he makes a coaching decision tonight and benches JR at least for, the first quarter, or until JR can show that he can be on the court, because that stat line earlier was just god awful to read. But hey, we're not even at the trade deadline. I believe that this team can definitely pull through. They have the scoring to do it, and hopefully when everybody comes back, and if they do make a move, hopefully this defense gets better, because they're one of the worst defensive teams in the league. So hopefully we can get stuff to go together. And, by this trade deadline, we're either making a big deal, or, we might see some little stuff here or there. Who knows? Trade deadline does get crazy with the rumors, but most of the time nothing ever happens. So, we'll take a look, see what happens. But that is going to be the end of the show today. We do encourage you guys, definitely check out SoundCloud. Make that a huge part of listening. But like we say, stick to the YouTube. Kyle just dedicated a lot of time last week, made a brand new intro to kind of add to the show. Supposedly he made an outro too. I have not seen it, so hopefully when you guys get done watching this, you guys can check the outro. I haven't seen it yet, so I'm definitely going to take a look at it. But stay safe. Watch the weather. Don't go out in the ice storm. It's pretty dangerous unless you have to work like I do. So everybody, hope you guys enjoy the show. And for Foisey and everybody else, enjoy your guys' weekend and enjoy the rest of this winter. We'll see you next time on the next show. This is the Real Sports Talk Show. I'm your host, Paul J. Beck.